Hey, do you know what time it is? That's right. It's time for Coach Lindy's podcast. The podcast to get you moving. Hi, I'm Lindy Hutchinson, a certified life mastery consultant with the Brave Thinking Institute. As a life coach, I help others transform their life as I have mine. It's not easy, but it is possible, and it most certainly is worth it. Each week, I'll share insights that inform, inspire, and ignite in you your desire to create a life that you love. So let's find out what's going on this week. Greetings. Welcome to the broadcast. It's good to see you. So we've been talking about suffragettes and people men and women, who've opened the doors of opportunity and broke glass ceilings and actually broke a lot of things to make opportunities for women and minorities to level the playing field in business and in life in general. We've covered a lot of people in the last few episodes, and this week we're going to talk about someone who has shown a great deal of our power word for the week, empathy, and it's helped others in the form of kindness. Some have been very political motivated, and this person has been very philanthropistic, much like Mackenzie Scott, who we covered last week. And she, at a very tender age, has done a lot to help, especially women. And you would know her if I said Bad Blood or Shake It Off or Tears on My Guitar. Yep, Taylor Swift. That's right. Taylor Swift, as of this recording, is only 36 years old. And yet what she's done in that fairly short amount of time has been phenomenal. I am using some information from Wikipedia. Thank you, Wikipedia. And I also refer often to YouTube because there's a lot of great free information on YouTube. Today, we will continue talking about Miss Taylor Swift. And our Train Your Brain thought was Taylor, pretty is as pretty does. I grew up listening to my mom say things like pretty girls are a dime a dozen and looks aren't everything. And I understood what she meant, of course, as time went by. There are a lot of pretty girls, and thanks to cosmetic surgery and makeup and hair coloring and things that you can do now, even someone who's kind of ordinary can be very pretty. But what is that person like as a human being? Well, apparently Taylor Swift is as beautiful on the inside as she is on the outside. So some basic things about Taylor Swift. She was born in 1989, as you are probably familiar with one of her albums. She has sold more than 52 million albums, and she is one of the world's best-selling music artists. She was the highest earning female musician of the 2010s and 2020s. She's won 14 Grammys, 1 Emmy, 113 Guinness World Records. I mean, she's only 36. She has won the American Music Awards, 29 wins, Billboard Music Awards, 23 wins. She's had 13 number one songs, 69 top 10 hits on Billboard Hot 100, and in 2023, Forbes pronounced her a billionaire. And the thing that's noteworthy about that is that she is the first musician to reach billionaire status solely from composing and performing her songs. That is pretty darn good. And there's more, but I'm not going to go into that. The thing, a couple more background things, is that she was raised in Pennsylvania by her mom and dad, and she has a younger brother. They ended up moving to Tennessee, just outside of Nashville, because Taylor started playing and singing and composing, and they saw the writing on the wall, and they helped promote her, and helped her get established as a star, and it worked by the time she was the ripe old age of 14. So at 14, she became a star, and there's a sidebar here that at the age of 10, she won a poetry writing competition, which is not a surprise at all. So Taylor Swift is blessed with a lot of talent and a lot of fortitude and willing to work hard, but there's a piece of a part of her personality that is especially important, and that is her ability to feel empathy, and how much better our world would be if people would feel more empathy. And she demonstrates this because she has the ability to give money in donating her money. It says that she's donated over $100 million to various charities and disaster relief. In 2025, she contributed millions to food banks and hurricane relief. For example, $5 million to Hurricanes Helene and Milton, and $1 million for the Tennessee tornado relief in 2023. Under hunger relief, it says she consistently, so it's not a one-off, she consistently donates Feeding America and other organizations $1 million donations. It's a regular thing. It's pretty good. When it comes to education and individual support, she has donated $50,000 to a family in need, $70,000 in books to a library, $113,000 to a LGBTQ organization in Tennessee. She contributed $100,000 to Dolly Parton's Fire Aid Fund and made multiple, often quiet, donations to local food banks and animal shelters. There's a note at the bottom of this that says that in 2024, it was reported that she gave roughly 197 million bonuses to her Eras Tour crew. So we can make a change. We can do a lot of things. Many of the, particularly women that I've highlighted under the suffrage, they used platforms, political platforms, and they did protests, and they wrote letters, and they wrote books. Well, Taylor Swift doesn't speak out as much as she helps people by donating. And we did talk about Mackenzie Scott, Jeff Bezos' ex-wife, who is a multi-billionaire, and how she's giving billions away to help others. You and I can make a difference. All of us can make a difference. And it's certainly encouraging to see someone like Taylor Swift, who seems to have anything and everything a person could possibly want, and she doesn't forget that regular people need help, and certainly people in need. And she gives very generously. And the fact that it says there's many quiet donations. So there's donations she's giving that no one will ever know. So thank you, Taylor. Thank you for being a great example. This week, our power word is empathy. Our train your brain thought is pretty is as pretty does. And that certainly applies to Taylor Swift. In our Hey That's Funny file is Rita Radner. If you're not familiar with Rita Radner, look her up because she is hysterical. She says, I love being married. It is so great to find that special person that you can annoy for the rest of your life. Crazy Rita. Thanks so much for joining me this week. Keep building your dreams and a life that you love because you deserve it. And keep remembering others, show empathy and generosity, because every time we do that, we're making the world a better place, right? So have a great week, and I'll see you again soon. Take care. Hey, thanks for joining me this week. I look forward to being with you every week. And if you'd like to get in touch with me, please email me at coachlisaradner Lindy at lindyhutchinson.com. My name is spelled Lyndi, so it's Coach Lindy, Lyndi, at Lindy Hutchinson, LYNDIHUTCHINSON.com. I value what your input is, and I'm always open for suggestions and ideas. If you will like and or subscribe to this podcast, that would be wonderful. I appreciate it. And I enjoy anything that you might want to send in, or if you would like some more information about coaching, send me an email and I will get back with you, and we'll talk about how you can create your best life. Have a good week. We'll see you next time. Thanks. Bye-bye.